The Nazis had book burning. Today, the left has corporate censorship. It's happening more and more often. The biggest names in social media are cracking down hard on conservative voices, silencing anyone who doesn't peddle the mainstream agenda. First, they came after InfoWars, as well as a handful of other right-wing commentators. Many warned that was only the first shot in a much bigger war to stamp out free speech on the internet. And then, last Thursday, Facebook did it again, banning Alex Jones and InfoWars contributor Paul Joseph Watson, along with independent journalists Milo Yiannopoulos and Laura Loomer. But just so it didn't look too one-sided, they also banned left-wing extremist and anti-Semite Louis Farrakhan. Each was also kicked off the photo-sharing platform Instagram.
Everyone Facebook has banned was instrumental in getting Donald Trump elected. This is punishment. This is a political purge. This has nothing to do with hate or violating terms of service.
Facebook even went as far as putting Paul Joseph Watson, who makes conservative memes mocking social justice warriors, on the same list as terrorists, human traffickers, mob bosses, and serial killers. Yet Facebook freely gives space for Antifa accounts which actively threaten to kill the president. Still think you have free speech? The announcement that these four prominent conservatives were silenced came, ironically, the day before World Press Freedom Day. It's a day hosted by the UN to, and I quote their website, raise awareness of the importance of freedom of the press and remind governments of their duty to respect and uphold the right to freedom of expression. And this glorious day was commemorated and celebrated by powerful liberals taking away the right for conservative journalists to share their views online. YouTube, Twitter, and even Google have all been exposed at various points for censoring or deleting conservative content, making it harder for Americans to hear both sides of an issue.
There are barely any real journalists left. They're all activists, abusing their power, working hand in hand with big tech to eliminate their competition.
But it's not just conservative commentators online who are being silenced. Even here at One America News, where we strive to provide just the facts without opinions or bias, there appears to be strong efforts to keep us off the air. OAN has battled major carriers just to get coverage, despite costing less for network providers than rivals like CNN and being in higher demand than other news channels. Viewers write to us by the thousands, demanding to know why we aren't on Comcast or Time Warner, and all we can say is, we don't know. Providers like Comcast carry dozens of other news networks, but perhaps tellingly, Comcast's billionaire CEO, Brian Roberts, is a far-left Democrat. Is it any surprise then that Comcast will happily pick up leftist news networks like NBC, but refuse to carry One America News, a down-the-center channel, family-owned and operated? If conservative commentators are shut down and deplatformed, and independent news networks like OAN aren't allowed to share their message, then does freedom of speech even exist? If you aren't even allowed the space to present your message, do you still have your First Amendment rights? This is how freedom ends. Not with an outcry against censorship, but with the thunderous applause of liberals and the left. As George Washington said, if freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent may we be led like sheep to the slaughter. For One American News, I'm Pearson Sharp.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.